Welcome to The Subject is Moot, where everything we discuss is debatable. I am Dom, and across from me is...
Hatless Mike.
And a special thanks to Vinny and Quiz, the producers of the podcast. We want to hear from you, so write in your opinion, questions, topics you want us to talk about to thesubjectismoot@yahoo.com, and we will bring them up during future shows. You can also follow us on Twitter at TSIM_podcast, as well as Facebook and Instagram, and you can listen to us on YouTube, iTunes, Libsyn, iHeartRadio, radio.com, and more. Behind the mics for episode 33. Mike, are you getting ready for something that is right up your alley?
Let's hear it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, apparently our favorite fan, our biggest fan in Florida, went to the Kiss concert, and he gave us his critique.
Critique?
Yes.
I doubt if there's critique. If he's a fan, isn't there really not much critique?
Joe from Florida.
What's up, Joe?
Joe, we can't thank you enough for your support. He wrote in, and I'm actually going to read this.
You paraphrasing?
No, I'm going to read this.
Oh, okay.
Because he wrote in, and everybody else he went to the concert with also wrote in.
Oh, God.
Their opinions.
I'll step out.
And I will say this. We get a lot of people who write in Instagram. They message us, and we keep track, and we get back to them through Instagram and Facebook and even email. So a lot of times now that we're getting more people writing in, it's hard for us to bring up all the questions. But I think now with the End of the Road tour, I think it's only apropos, I guess, that we mention Joe as one of our biggest fans and his critique of the Kiss concert.
Definitely. Appreciate you writing in, Joe.
And he actually addressed this to you. Mike, hi, Mike, just dropping you a note, a quick review. He addressed this to you. I'm reading this of our recent trip to see Kiss End of the Road tour. I know how much you love the band and the guitarist. There were 6 of us who went to the show recently in Tampa. I have personally seen them before, and this is the 9th time. The other 5 people have never seen the band before live. I will give you the results of those 5 people who have never witnessed a show like this.
I don't wait, who's playing with them? Tommy Thayer?
Yeah.
He's good.
I
don't dislike Ace Frehley either. As a guitarist.
I think he's just saying in general,
just
your love for the
clearing
band.
the air. That's
I know. This is from Janie. First timer, knows how much I love the group, and was the catalyst of all of us going. First thoughts were, the old guy still got it. The show was amazing and really impressive visually. Our best part of the show was Eric Singer's drum solo, which lasted 5 minutes. I was really in awe how good the guy was. Coupled with outstanding laser show, it was a very awe-inspiring performance. I am truly glad we went to experience it. It was worth it, and our seats were amazing. This is from Greg. He was a first-timer. The show was utterly amazing and visually impressive. The music was great. It was like what I imagined and more. The songs were fantastic. Also, the drum solo and Gene's theatrics. John wrote, and he's another first-timer. I was utterly blown away. Singing was great. The experience was phenomenal. Outstanding show with outstanding seats. One of the best shows I was at. Another first-timer, Tony. I am speechless. The band really puts on a great show. Very entertaining. Music was great. I had to keep checking my arms due to the close proximity of the pyro to see if I was singed. It is true. I went to the show and I was about 45 feet from those. It was just as hot as opening up your barbecue. And I was almost 45, 50 feet away from those flames. It was amazing. As soon as they came up, instant heat. It was pretty wild. You could almost come. Ed, first timer. I grew up with the band. I never appreciated the effort these guys put forth. Truly amazing. Joe, Kiss veteran. Show was great. They really upped the ante on the experience. There were spots where anyone could say they sang. There were spots where anyone could say they sang 2 tracks. Paul's voice was cracking during his talking and singing. Eric Singer was unbelievable. His solo was top notch. And this is Joe and Janie from Florida. Well, Joe, Janie, Greg, Tony, Ed, and John, thank you very much for writing in. I, too, happened to see the show, and I will say that it was just as I expected and I've seen before. It was great. And they really do put on a theatrical show. Gene, Paul flying in the air, Gene doing God of Thunder and spitting fire as he always does. Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer. This is just a fantastic job. Paul knew his limits. During I Was Made for Loving You, he made sure he did not hit the high notes, or he made sure he didn't sing it where it would expose him not being able to hit the high notes. But overall, I will say that I was grateful. I went with my cousins. It was phenomenal. We had an extra seat, Mike, but you had to work that night. And you weren't able to go. So let me ask you a question. Would you have gone to the show if you were not working?
For free?
Yeah.
Possibly. Just to say I saw them. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, in case anyone didn't know, or you didn't
I was
know.
on the fence.
But to see a legendary rock band for free, even if I like them or don't like them, I would have taken the opportunity probably just to go and, I don't need all those theatrics and stuff like that. If the band is, I just want to see a good band play good music and sound good. That would have been fine by me. That's all bonus stuff. You almost feel like you're either at a circus or a wrestling show with all that other things. But that's what Kiss is, what they've come to be known for. They're consummate professionals is what they do. I mean, obviously Gene and Paul always carry the Kiss brand because that's what it is. Let's be honest with ourselves. And they pump it out. And they continue to push on and push on. Whether I believe it's a farewell tour, no. I do not.
Well, that actually brings us into our next question, because Jeff from Cleveland wrote two questions. Sorry about that, 2 questions. What do you think of Kiss and the End of Road Tour concert? Well, End of Road Tour concert. Well, like I said, I think it was a great show. It really was a great show. I don't know. Some people think they sang to tracks. I don't know if they did or they didn't. I'm not going to read too much into it.
Did you enjoy the show?
I did. I took it for what it was, and I got to see them on their way out. Jeff also wrote, do you think they will tour after it is done? So you mean like say that we're retiring and then they come back out of retirement? I don't know, because they're going to finish, another 2 years? And at that point, Gene's going to be almost 73 years old. And then what are you going to do, hang it up for 5 years? And then say you're going to come out? You're going to be almost 80. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think they're going out, and they're going out like this, and they're going out on top and with a bang. So I don't think that.
I don't know if they're going out on top, but they're going out with a bang.
Well,
that's for sure.
Well, let me ask you a question. They still sound like they did back in the day.
But here's
they still look like they did. They're still putting on a visual show like they did back in the day.
I'm going to play
They're not. Let me finish. I'm not done, because remember, this is. I know you're the diehard Kiss fan, but I'm on the outside looking in. All right,
yeah,
so
right.
I'm giving you my critique from the outside looking in. They're not going out forgetting the lyrics, forgetting the words, right?
No, yeah.
So they're going out on top. Okay, I mean, they literally are selling out arenas. How could you say they're not going out on top? I mean, they're still putting out albums. They're still making sales. Okay, when would they have been on top? In the late 20s? I know you're going to say they were never on top for you, but
I'll play that advocate, the devil's advocate of being a diehard old school fan. No Ace, no Peter Criss.
That means they would have stopped playing in 1979, 1980.
Didn't they get back together with the two of them at some
yeah,
point?
But then they have the reunion tour. What are they going to come back with the original 4 and never play again? No,
right.
They're making tons of money.
Oh, of course.
They're having fun doing it. Look,
that would have been going out on top, though, in my opinion.
Okay.
To go out on top as the original band.
No, but just think about this: their love for music and playing what they love and do, and the following that they have. They're going out on top because they're still doing it and doing it at a high level.
I think they have a love for making money.
No, look, it's money, but it's also.
No, I know.
You got to look. Do you really think at the end of the day they really need more than what they already have?
No.
And I know that Gene
is
is all about the dollar, and I get all that, and that's fine. But I believe that they're driven. If you were playing at that level, would you want to give it up?
No.
No, you want to give up your job right now because it's work for you.
Right.
It's not work for them.
I know.
So that's why they're going to ride it out as long as possible.
And they should. Just like every other band who says they're going to retire and comes back. How many years ago did Rolling Stone start their farewell tour? 25 years ago? 20 years ago?
Okay, but you were talking about they were in their 50s.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, Mick Jagger's what, about 76 years old right now? Just had heart surgery, and he's still doing it, and doing it at a high level.
Well, because there's really not much into this. We've talked about this.
What,
but
the chicken dance?
Whatever it is. But they have always laid it out where there's not a lot of... They're not a band that takes a lot of strenuous playing.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think at 76 years old, look at you at your age, when you come home from work, all right, after 40 hours.
Well, here's the thing. They do it 2 hours a night. Some do 3 hours a night. Some do an hour and a half a night, right? Come on. I'm sorry, dude. Rest of the day is theirs. Yeah, I know a lot more
You're
goes
traveling.
into it.
You're not sleeping in your own bed.
But when you have the money like the Stones and Kiss does, you're doing okay. You're not traveling in a van anymore. You're not traveling in a car.
It still has to be. Talk to me when you're 76, because I know how I feel.
That lifestyle because
No, of course
once you
they
get
do.
used to it and you're pampered like they are at that level, that's why they're doing it. Do I think? But to the other side of it, some of the bands that I love will not be doing it for this long because they're not going to be able to do it this long.
No, they're not.
So, but yeah, no. I give it to them, and I would have went for that reason, just to see them, to say that I saw Kiss, love them or hate them, to say that I saw them. Same thing, like if someone called me up and asked me to go see the Stones for free or who, yeah, I'll go for free. Yeah, if I'm free and I don't have to pay to see them, I'll go. But at a certain age, I think as long some of the bands are still able to play and sound good and good for them. I don't want to go out and spend $300, $400, $500 to say that I saw somebody and them not struggle through their set. I don't want to see that either. But luckily, Kiss managed to blow it out of the water, and that's good.
I saw Frank Sinatra when he was on his way out.
Well, that was always his thing.
Okay, he forgot his lyrics. Okay, but you know what? At the end of the day, I left there saying, okay, I saw Frank.
Right.
He didn't go out on top.
As I get older, though, I don't care about that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't care so much to say I saw so and so or I saw this because I had my chance to see McCartney, but he's not at the top of his game anymore, or even halfway there. So am I going to pay hundreds of dollars to go see someone to say, "Hey, guess what? I saw them."
But for free, would you go?
Yes.
Okay, so
different story.
And then you would say, "Okay, I saw him," and you know maybe he wouldn't have disappointed you.
No, maybe not. Right, but it's the whole concept too of if VH came back around again with Eddie and Roth and everything like that, and Roth being on stage, forgetting his words and not being able to handle the vocals. As much as I love Van Halen, and I love Van Halen and that era of Van Halen, I don't know if I want to pay the money to see them just to say, oh, I got to see them one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Let's say the tickets were $100. I would pay to see Hagar. I wouldn't pay to see Roth.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't pay to see Roth $100.
Hagar is still going to give you his all, and like we talked about before, but he's going to go out there and just pour it all out. I'm not saying that Roth won't, but you're going to get a better show if you see Hagar.
And some people,
I'll pay for that.
Yeah, of course. And some people will make the argument you're paying $100 to see Eddie, which I understand as a guitarist and as a lover of guitar.
What I'm saying is you're going to pay but would you pay to see Hagar? Whoever was going to sing. So if it was Hagar going to sing or Roth was going to sing, who would you pay for to
see? If I had to pay, I'd rather pay to see Hagar at this stage.
Sure.
At this stage, yes.
I don't think they're going to be touring anymore.
But you know what? God bless Kiss, man. They're still going. They're still good.
And now David Lee Roth is opening up.
For who?
Kiss. And I think the last stretch. I think in the last year or so.
I haven't heard good things about Roth's show as of recent, but
maybe they're doing it because of the way they, came up together, or Gene. Was he produced the first album or demo album?
He was heavily involved in the beginning.
Yeah, in the demo album.
Whatever.
Well, so thank you, Jeff, for your questions, and Joe for your question. Joe also had another question, and we have time, actually. We could actually talk about this question.
Let's roll it out.
Joe
is the man.
I'm actually going to turn the page, and it's going to be very loud. So, Joe's question, let me actually read his question so I don't butcher it.
We want Joe to continue writing in.
Joe is our #1 fan. He is actually our public relations in Florida.
Excellent. We should do a show down there.
We should do a show down there. This is from Joe.
Can we stay in your basement, Joe?
Stay in his basement yet? Hey guys, can you both name 10 songs you would put on an album? Could be from one or various artists that you could listen to non-stop and never get sick of that album. So this is going to be the mecca of all compilations. It's almost like that song that you can just listen to over and over again, like I did with "Beat It" from Michael Jackson.
That's a hard question, man. That's a very, very hard. I mean, I can do it for all my favorite artists. May take 10 songs from each artist. Taking 10 songs of a...
You have to pick the best of the best.
I get it.
You're on a desert island.
Well, he said both. He said one or the other, but I know we're sticking to one thing.
Yeah, but all right, so that's fine. But however you want to do it, this has to be 10.
I don't even know if I could do 10, dude. I really don't know. And should we just do like some of the more stick to the obscure band? Not the obscure, but like mid-level, or not include like the Billy Joels and the Michael Jacksons of.
No.
How do you want to do that?
I would pick Billy Joel and Michael Jackson. Well, you could pick whatever you want. But for me, the way I broke this down is mentally when I saw the question. And if I did pick, and I did pick Billy Joel and Elton John, I picked not the more commercial, radio-friendly songs like Piano Man, and as great as it was, I'm not picking Piano Man. And that is one of my favorite songs by him, but I'm not picking it.
Right.
So
you have 10?
Why don't we go back and forth? Why don't we just, maybe you go one, I go one.
I have difficulty.
I have 10, but I really have 12.
I have 10, but I really have 100.
I know that, but you have to. So let's just stick with maybe 15.
I'll try.
So you go first.
Metropolis by Dream Theater.
I picked that also. So how about we just both say Metropolis, because that's actually. Now this is not in any particular order. This is top 10, so it doesn't matter because you could be shuffling. You could be playing in order. This is the top 10. Your ultimate mecca of compilations.
Of the songs that I'll never get tired of, that is the absolute first song I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. I'll go. So we both pick Metropolis. Eyes of a Stranger by Queensryche.
I'll go with that as well.
Okay. I'm going to pick Cats in the Cradle.
Gotcha.
Harry
Great song.
Chapin.
Classic.
I could listen to that over. It's got meaning. It's got a great sound. It has a hook. It has everything about it. It's a song that I could listen to over and over again, and I have until I had to get out of the car or turn the headphones off.
Right. Forgotten Part 2 by Satriani.
That's a good one. I didn't pick that one, but that's a good one. I actually didn't pick anything by Satriani.
It's very difficult for me to pick one by Satriani. It's just as difficult to pick one from Dream Theater as it is from Satriani.
Yeah, Satriani I would probably have to go from. If I had to pick a song from Satriani, it's very hard.
Yeah, for me it's hard to pick one song, but that's the first album I had by Satriani was Flying in a Blue Dream. When I heard that song, because it's later in the album, very late, I was blown away as much as I am still today when I hear it.
If I had to pick a song from Satriani, I don't know why I want to say Summer Song, but I feel like I would also be picking Ceremony. I really do like Ceremony.
Summer Song is one of my least favorite Satriani songs, but that's not saying much because I don't really dislike anything Joe does.
So, Lights of Heaven is also good. That was a really good album. That was a tremendous album.
I could pick almost every song from Not of This Earth, and that's his first studio release. And some people will scoff at that album. I love that record.
Okay, so we picked 3. That was 3 so far?
I only have 2.
What'd you pick?
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Oh, Eyes of a Stranger, yes.
Eyes of a Stranger. And what was your third one?
Forgotten Part 2.
Exactly. All right, so that's 3. Go ahead, you go now.
I went.
All right, so you went because you went after me.
For Love of God by Steve Vai.
Oh, I thought you meant For the Love of God, like you were...
Both.
Okay. All right, so let me just do this.
Yeah, I know it's somewhat mainstream for Vai, but because it's his most popular song.
It's a great song, though. So...
He's another one I can't... It's very difficult to pick one, but...
I'm going with Pull Me Under, Dream Theater.
Okay. You're never going to hear any argument from me.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you pick Space Divest.
It's a good song, but no.
It's good.
It's not a song
I wouldn't say it should be on this list.
No. Dreamline Rush.
Gotcha.
That's a great song all around. If you're driving, if you're working out, if you just want to sit there and just look into the sky, Dreamline.
Yep. I mean, I could make my own, again, Rush compilation without mixing around. If I had to pick a Rush song, God, it's so hard. I guess maybe Natural Science or La Villa Strangiato. It's oh God. Subdivision should be on there, and Red Sector A should be on there. And
why are you taking that from me? That's my song. That's my next song.
Red Sector A.
Red Sector A.
I'll stick. If I'm gonna pick one, I'll stick with Natural Science.
Okay.
Red Sector A is a beautiful song. I mean, it's not a beautiful topically, but the song itself is just so great.
It's a tremendous song.
Yeah.
Aftershock, Van Halen. You could have your Panama and your
I don't want
running
Panama.
running with the devil and all those
I'll take man.
fun
Jump. I don't want
no,
Jump.
no, Jump is no.
I love those songs. I will still listen to them when I listen to 1984 or Van Halen 1, but
But Aftershock is just
great.
I love that song.
there was a lot of great unsung songs on that last Hagar album. There really was a lot of really unbalanced.
Oh, that was a tremendous album. Absolutely one of my
In
favorites.
the words of Ed Norton, Balance.
Balance, and I love working out to that album.
Cool.
Yeah, give me one.
Yeah, probably Love This Life by Crowded House. I'm a huge Crowded House and Neil Finn fan.
You are the biggest Crowded House fan I think I know. No, I mean that. And I mean that in a good way.
No, I know. And I know it's funny because most people will not expect me to say something that's not prog metal or guitar oriented.
Listen,
Crowded House is one of my favorite bands of all time.
Listen, I always mocked you for having tunnel vision and just all this guitar driven stuff, but deep down inside, you know what? You got a broad range of musical taste, and I'm not taking that away from you.
If it's good, it's good. That's the bottom line. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, you even listen to some pop stuff, and I'm a little shocked at that, but I'm surprised. But that's all right. I like Selena Gomez, some of her songs. I like Ariana Grande, some of her songs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. If I
Gotcha.
had to pick an Elton John song, as much as I love Saturday Night for Fighting and every other song that he did on Yellow Brick Road, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, and you know what? Dream Theater actually did a good cover of that.
Well, since you go Elton John, I'll go with Billy Joel and pick an obscure song, even though again, I could do it as a compilation of his songs, so 10 songs, but I'll pick Down East Alexa by Billy Joel.
That's a powerful song. I could listen to that. I can listen to that a lot too. It's just so powerful.
It's phenomenal. But again, one of my favorites.
If I'm gonna pick a Billy Joel song, Captain Jack.
Great. I love it.
Love Captain Jack. Journey, Wheel in the Sky.
I love Wheel in the Sky. I don't know if it'd be on the list. It's still
on my
tough
list
to pick them, but Wheel in the Sky is probably my favorite Journey song.
Go ahead, you go. I think we're almost up to 10.
Oh, we're probably past 10. But I'm gonna probably go with Bed Shape by Keane. Big Keane fan. I'm gonna try to mix it up here a little bit.
Okay.
Huge Keane fan, and either Bed Shape or Frog Prince, one or the other. It's again, there's another band I could pick 10 songs easily, but
It's funny because I got this question a while ago, and I know you and I talked about it, but we put the list together, and I'm driving, and I'm like, oh, this could be on the list, and then this could be on the list, and then that could be on the list, right?
right.
So I'm going to pick 2 songs by Bruce Springsteen, and it's Youngstown, which
What album was that on?
that was on, what's his name?
I'm not a huge Bruce fan, but
Hang on a second. I don't want to butcher the name, but
Tom Joad?
that's exactly what it was.
Was it?
Yeah. The Ghost of Tom Joad.
Yeah.
This is it.
Careful. Bruce will.
I know. Sorry, Bruce. I like the studio version, but listen to live in 2001 New York City. It's heavier, more intense.
He's a live artist, man. I'd love to see him. I'd pay to see him.
I saw him
Sooner
back.
than later, though.
Yes, well, it would have been nice to have the original band, and I did see them
I would love
back
to
in the early 90s.
What's your other Bruce song?
Jungle Land. Now, you have obviously all the greats, right? 10th Avenue, Freeze Out. You have your Born to Run, your Thunder Road, which Thunder Road is his best song.
Yeah, that's
But the sax solo in Jungle Land and everything else about that song, it's like a 9-minute song. And I think it's about 9 minutes. It's just a tremendous song.
Yep. I'm gonna go with King by Marillion off of Afraid of Sunlight.
I think it's actually 9.5 minutes. King, you said?
King, yeah, by Marillion off of Afraid of Sunlight. I mean, again, there's another band I could choose. I can keep saying that but it's a hard choice. But yeah, that's my favorite Marillion song.
I don't have any more because I stopped. I listened to Joe, although I went above him. Above
I'm not
his
sure if
list.
I'm at 10 yet either, but I can continue to go
You are
on,
at 10.
but
If I'm at 12, you're at 10.
you talk a lot. You don't realize it. You just keep going on. 2 Bruce Springsteen songs here, two Elton Johns there.
Well, it was
It all
Funeral
adds
for a
up.
Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. That's it. It was all one, technically.
I'll
One
pick one
track.
more song.
Pick one more song.
What to Say by Enchant. Love that song. Very meaningful song. Great lyrics, great vocals. Just a great song. One of my very favorites. Also Enchant. I have so many favorites. I keep saying that over and over again, but that's why I'm here.
All right.
Love music.
Well, again, Joe, thanks for writing in. That's a great question. We like doing top lists of anything, whether it's songs, artists, guitar players, desserts.
Movies, TV shows.
Absolutely. We'll talk about anything. I think that wraps it up, though, for this show.
Gotcha.
Now, we didn't say it in the beginning. I was a little off my game, though, in the beginning, but we'd like to thank Sweetwater for providing music and musical instruments and pro audio since 1979. They have excellent products, pricing, and customer service. They have interest-free financing, free shipping to the lower 48 states, an exclusive free 2-year warranty, which comes with nearly every product they offer, as well as candy with every product that you, not every product
That's
you
why
order.
they're sweet.
That's exactly why they're sweet. And they send you candy. They are located in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Call 800-222-4700 for sales assistance, technical questions, or advice. You could also visit their website at sweetwater.com. Ask for Cameron Green. Smart engineer there. Good guy.
How much did he pay you?
He didn't pay me anything.
Oh, okay.
Look,
sent you extra candy.
what's our goal, right? Our
He
goal is
sent you extra candy, didn't he?
we promote people we believe in.
I know.
Underground
They're
artists,
good people,
guitar players.
Sweetwater.
They're good people. I know you know for a fact.
Yep.
For now, I am Dom, and across from me is
Mike, and we are